Right.
Chef Wandile Mabaso. Born in Soweto, he's now a world-renowned chef.
We used to play in the streets, we had fun. We used to play soccer almost every day, got into trouble with our parents coming home dirty and late. So it was a very good childhood. As I grew older, I got into cooking, even before I realized it could be a career. I used to cook at home. Started cooking by age probably about 10 or 11, making rice, making this and that, and sandwiches and eggs. And I think by age 14, I was already cooking like Sunday lunch at home. My parents never took it serious. They were like, okay, maybe he just loves this cooking thing. And actually, when I found out that it could be a career, I mean, it was a perfect opportunity for me. There was nothing else I could do but just go to a hotel school or a culinary school and just pursue my dream. I got my hotel degree and I did an internship on an Italian cruise ship after school. And I came back and then I went to culinary school where I did my culinary degree.
After that, he trained at some of the top restaurants in the US. It wasn't always easy.
It was difficult at first, because I had just come out of school and there was a lot of challenges. It was my first time being abroad, my first time being away from home for a long time. So it was very challenging and I was still training. There was many things I didn't know about the industry that came to reality. So it was a very tough stage.
Along the way, he met a number of renowned chefs who became his mentors, most notably Alain Ducasse, who has 21 Michelin stars under his belt.
And these are some of the chefs that I was actually looking up to before I even came to America. Chefs like Alain Ducasse. I never imagined that I could end up working side by side with them and working for them. So I mean, when I got to New York, I worked for a French chef called Julien. He's trained in Paris as well. And these are all French chefs. And I worked for him at Gascon in a French bistro in Manhattan. And from there, I moved up to a French-Korean fusion restaurant where I worked with a chef called Sang Park, who's Korean born. And from there, I worked in a Japanese and French fusion restaurant in Manhattan as well. And I trained in places like La Bernardin restaurant, a 3-star Michelin, and also Daniel, which is a 2-star Michelin. And eventually I came across Chef Olivier Reginensi, who I worked for about 2 years, who actually became my mentor. Very talented chef, precise in cooking, and he taught me to cook from the heart and to be precise in flavors and present yourself in an artistic way with your food. And from then he introduced me to his mentor, which was Alain Ducasse, the great chef from France. And I worked for him while he was promoting his book in New York. And after that we had a talk, and eventually he offered me a position in his restaurant in Paris at Le Maurice, which is a 2-star Michelin. And 3 months later I was off in Paris, and I was there for over a year now, and it's an amazing experience. So I had to work at Le Maurice, and I did a stint at the Plaza Atene Alain Ducasse, which is a 3-star Michelin and is now rated actually number 8 in the world of best restaurants.
Now you have some special knives. Tell us about those knives and how you got them. I know you have an interesting story behind that.
Well, the knife, specifically this one, was given to me by my mentor, Olivier, the French chef from Monaco. And this was sort of like a goodbye present for me when I left New York to go to Paris. It's Swedish steel and it's Japanese handmade. And it's got my name engraved on it as well, so it's a very special knife. I use it everywhere, and this is actually the same steel that is used to make swords.
So now you're back home and you'll be hosting a number of culinary experiences across the country. Just give us a taste of what you'll be doing.
So I'll be touring the country, cooking in various places, giving them a gastronomic experience. The food will actually be paired with Hennessy cocktails. So part of it is we are trying to do something different instead of pairing with the normal wine that everybody does. So we're trying to go a different route, and we're also pairing a dessert with art and music at the same time. We have a live opera singer, and we have some sugar work and art that's going on in the background. So it's a whole new experience.
Mabaso says he would now like to pay it forward.
You have an initiative where you will have a bursary for a young chef. Tell us about that.
During the tour, I will be conducting a few French classes, and this is not just for students. It could be people in the industry as well, but junior chefs. Just to show a bit of French techniques. And during the tour as well, I'll be working with students. I'll be doing a class in Durban at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and I'll be doing at the University of Pretoria, and I'll be doing one here in Johannesburg on the 19th of August. And from those students who I work with, we will choose about 1 or 2 students we will then send them to Paris to work and train for about 6 months at a 3-star Michelin restaurant.
So now what I've always wanted to find out from a chef, do you enjoy other people's cooking?
Yes, definitely. I mean, for me, I eat out now and then, but I don't eat out that often, because I think I've worked in these high-end restaurants a lot, and I kind of know what to expect, and it's not the experience that I'm looking for. So I try to eat like street food. I like street food because it gives me ideas, it triggers ideas about other dishes that I can make, and I enjoy it, especially in Paris. There's great street food, and in Asia as well. You go to Korea and China, it's great street food. But I do enjoy people's cooking. I like obviously my mom's cooking, and I've come across really great cooks, not necessarily trained chefs, and I enjoy the food.
And now it's off to the kitchen to prepare Chef Wandile's favorite meal.
Today I'll be making what I call comfort food, and this is comfort food for me. We're going to be making a sole fish. This beautiful sole fish is coming from the west coast, from Namibia. I just picked it up from the market now. And this will be cooked pan-fried, and it will be basted with some garlic butter and extra garlic, and some herbs as well. And I'll be serving it with vegetables. Okay, I'll be deep frying some radish. I'll be blanching some baby carrots, and I have some grilled baby corn and some broccolini, and I have some cremini mushrooms as well, which I'm going to saute. Very simple but delicious meal, and for me it's comfort food. And as a sauce or a puree, I'll be making a green puree, which is made from oysters, sour cream, and a bunch of cilantro with some lemon juice and paprika and cumin seeds.
We just couldn't get enough. Lindo Sitole, Johannesburg.